Needles and threads. In your embroidery kits we've supplied needles. In the full embroidery ones there are two. There's a number 7 crewel needle and a number 22 chenille needle. The crewel needle is used for 1 to 3 strands of a stranded floss, and the chenille needle will use for 4 to 6 strands. Because some designs use the full 6 strands and some are just outlined with 2 strands, we've included 2 different needles in the kit. In the Colour K kits, you only get the crewel needle because we're just outlining our colouring in with 2 strands of the black stranded cotton. When using your thread, we've generally included Cosmo threads in the kits. Occasionally we have DMC threads. The general rule of thumb with a DMC is that the tag that has the number on the end, so there's the label and then there's the number, you find the cut end and you pull from there, from the numbered end. Cosmo seems to be the opposite. If you look at the Cosmo threads, the loose tail is at the non-numbered end, and if you pull from there, the thread will come out nicely without tangling. It will just pull out. We want a piece of thread from about fingertip to elbow, no longer than that, so about 18 to 20 inches, and then you'll just cut that ready to thread. If we're using all 6 strands, we'll take our chenille needle, and at the end that we pulled off, we will place it between our thumb and finger and pull it back until you can't see it. You can open up and see where the end is, but if we just pinch it close, we know where it is, but we can't see it. And then we just take the eye of the needle and push it between our thumb and finger, and all the ends will go through the needle. I'll show that with the black thread where you might be able to see it more easily. When we're only using 2 strands, we do what is called stripping the thread. So instead of just pulling 2 strands out, one at a time, we are going to take 1 thread. So there are 6 threads in the piece. We're going to tease it apart and find 1 strand and then just pull that straight up, straight out like that, and just smooth out any tangles. Take the next one and pull it straight out. This will prevent you getting your piece of 6-stranded thread all in a big knot and tangle. Then we lay those back together again. If you're using 2, 3, 4 or 5 strands, that's what I would do. Strip the thread and lay them back together. If you're using all 6, then you can just leave it together how it came off of the hank. So to show you again with the smaller crewel needle, it still has a long eye and a sharp point, which is very important for our stitching, but it is smaller. So again, I pull those 2 ends back between my thumb and finger and pinch it close so I can't see them anymore. You can just see them peeking in here. Pinch it close so you can't see them. Take the eye of the needle and push it onto the thread, and they'll go straight through the eye of the needle. Tying a knot. The easiest way to tie a knot is to take the end of your thread that's threaded in the needle, holding the needle at the eye of the needle, place those 2 ends between your thumb and finger so that you've got a closed circle. Take the thread with your left hand, wrap 3 times around the needle, slide them between your thumb and finger, and then just pull down the thread. And at the end of the thread, you'll have a knot big enough to start. So that's just 1 knot. We don't need to do another knot on top. Let me show you that again. So place it between your thumb and finger so you've got a closed circle, 3 wraps, slide it between your thumb and finger, pull to the end of the thread. As you're pulling, hold the needle here at the eye so you don't unthread your thread, and just pull your knot to the bottom. Let's try it with the thicker thread. Closed circle, 3 wraps. You may only need 2 with the thicker thread, and pull to the bottom, and you've got a nice knot at the bottom of your thread, and you're ready to start stitching.